liberties, all the people don't have freedom, all the people don't have justice, all the people don't have power, so that means none of us do.
Peace and love, family. Peace and love. What up, though? Shout out to everybody who's piling in the room. We're going to go ahead and break it down tonight, man. We ain't going to be here too long, but we're going to do a whole lot of regulating in the meantime. Salute to all y'all, all my good brothers and sisters. We're going to really chop it up. Oh, by the way, anybody who's listening right now on YouTube, shout out to y'all. Make sure that you put your area code in the chat. Let them know where you at. Certified salute from the Black Alpha Network. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters from the East Coast, the West Coast, the Midwest, and down South, fam. Let's go to work. Let's get to it, fam. Y'all been noticing this trend with all these damn tethers and how they so distraught and upset about Charlie Kirk? Y'all been noticing that? We're going to have to address that, fam, because with all this Mayo madness going on, with all this miracle whip insanity going on, people is forgetting a lot of these mops, these melanated other people. Write that down. Check that down, family. That's one from the Black Alpha Network. Put that in your vernacular, okay? We're going down in history with that one. Mops, melanated other people. They seem to be very, very distraught about these Mayo people. That's what it seemed like. Because while all this is happening and everybody out here on our side of the fence, the certified side, we all out here riding. We all out here standing on business. I don't see that happening with these damn tethers. With these tethers and these mops out here, I'm seeing video after video after video of them defending Charlie Kirk and getting real emotional about it too. Real emotional about it. Can we just go ahead and say what nobody wants to say and just get to the brass tacks of the situation? They acting that way because they don't want to see their massa hurt. That's what it really is. Nothing upsets a tether more than seeing their colonizer in distress. Seeing their colonizer in distress, family, that is like seeing a mommy and daddy in distress because they look at the colonizer as they mommy and daddy. We need to go ahead and make it clear, fam. When you look all across social media, I have not seen one foreign MOP come out and say any damn thing bad, negative, or just realistic about Charlie fatigue. But what I do see, I see Mr. Mutombo, I see Mr. Yang, I'm watching him too. I'm seeing Mr. Julio's hiding right now. Y'all notice how much Mr. Julio's hiding. But Mr. Mutombo, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, they all out there talking about they upset about what's been happening with Charlie. I just showed him my broadcast the other day. There was a damn tether. He cried for 15 minutes straight. He repeated himself more than Dr. Umar. Matter of fact, Dr. Umar, he's a melanated other person. And he put out a statement telling black folks to be nice and to calm down. So doesn't that highlight how different we are than all these other individuals, family? Don't that put an end to all of that? We's the same, brother. We ain't the same because we ain't having the same response. We ain't having the same giddy up, the same breakdown, the same objectives, the same agendas. Y'all are upset because your massa's in distress and you don't know which massa to go run to. That's exactly what it is. So let's keep this all the way real. Let's keep this all the way certified and let's get straight to the damn point. Y'all tethers would rather see foundational black Americans be harmed than you would ever want to see Mayo harmed. Let's be real. And the proof is in the pudding. Fam, when the Carmelo Anthony situation came out, how many tethers did y'all see come out and defend him? Name me. We can go back in time. What about Trayvon Martin? We want to go forward. We want to go back. Where we want to go? Eric Gardner, Sandra Bland. How many tethers came out and said anything in their defense? But compare that to how many tethers have came out to defend old Charlie fatigue. Let's be real. Tethers don't have Charlie fatigue. Tethers do not have colonizer fatigue. They don't have massa fatigue. They want all the massa that they can get. They want all the massa and all the jollof. If they can get them two damn things, then they happy campers. And that's exactly what it is when you're dealing with these damn people. And we need to address it, because what we are not going to do is have this go down and don't nobody say nothing. And then these mops are running around here undercutting us, trying to undermine us, and at the same time trying to get next to the dominant society. This is why we've been out here standing on business and regulating. And the reason why we've been doing that is because when these situations go down, you see people's true feelings where they really are. So last week they weren't gonna say we all black, brother, but this week they all about Mr. Charlie. See, we see the difference in that, and your words and your actions ain't adding up. So us being certified foundational black Americans, it's our job and our duty to regulate that. And that's exactly what the hell we gonna do right here on this space. So shout out to all of y'all. Let's proceed to give them what they need, and let's go through the hands. But y'all know I got to start off with my good sister, G-O-O-D, good natural tour, and then we'll spin it through the hands.
Hey family, I just wanted to say, I'm going to say this real quick and let Church of Light go. But I wanted to say the reason why the Tethers is coming out, because they share the same sentiments as Charlie. So, and they think that they gonna get on white supremacy side. They out there on their knees as usual, with their mouths wide open as usual. It's because they share the same sentiments, and they trying to get some biscuits from white supremacy. That's why they're coming out. That's why when people say unify, when I see, you know, these people flipping on this timeline talking about we got to get together because supremacy is running amok. Nah, supremacy always been running amok. Ain't nothing changed with us. We can still fight supremacy and do everything else that we do. But that's why they're coming out. I don't want no unity with them. That's why you can't cherry pick them. And like I say, you know, we always talk about we got some riders. I don't know these invisible riders that y'all be talking about, because where are they when we got these tethers like crying over a Charlie, and when they saying these things about us and our icons? Where are these invisible riders speaking out and correcting these people? I don't never see them. I just hear us bigging up these invisible riders. So that's why these tethers are coming out. So I'm a lamb.
Sister, I'm glad you said that, because I've been seeing a lot of these tweets and these posts that been trying to force some unity with us and all these other folks. And they're using this situation to try to call for some type of gathering of black Americans and everybody else throughout the diaspora and all over the place, fam. Y'all be appalled at what I have seen. And me and my sister Natural was talking about it earlier. Some of these people who run around here and they talk all this anti-supremacy talk, anti-tether talk, whole goddamn page full of anti-tether talk. They not really singing that right now. Now they saying, see, y'alls, we needs to get together in the names of fighting supremacy. Y'all got to know this. We know this, but let's say it a little loud for the people who don't understand and it does not register for them. These people deep down have an affection and an obsession with supremacy. But however, they use white supremacy to try to steer us in the direction of formulating a plot, plan, and strategy to get next to all of these tethers so they can take our stuff. Every time you see supremacy go through any type of issue, you always see the same people running to defend them. The same people who defend them are the same people trying to get us to get on board and to connect with them. Supremacy means two things to some of these tethers and these COONs. And remember, COON ain't no friend. It means two things, y'all. White supremacy is the people that they love, and white supremacy is nothing more than a catalyst to try to tether themselves onto us. They don't fight supremacy. However, they pretend to fight supremacy so they can get black Americans on their side, so they can just take all of our tangibles and all of our benefits and resources. So white supremacy is nothing more to them than a mere trick bag that they always point to whenever they want to get us in a situation. How about those ICE protests? Them same burritos that run around here all damn day long and classify themselves as white on paper, they was the same ones pretending that they was against supremacy when they wanted us to go to their rallies and marches, right? Them same Mr. Mutombos who are out here getting colonized where they from in their homeland, they the same ones who run to us and pretend to be against supremacy so we can give them some reparations money. These people ain't fighting supremacy, family. These people are connecting with supremacy, but on the low, they're perpetrating a fraud when it comes to us. So we see through that. Nice try, Mr. Mutombo. Nice try, Mr. Mayo. Nice try, Mr. Teo. You're going to have to pull that on somebody else because FBA is just too damn thorough. But let's get through the hands. Anybody want to come up? Come on up. Go ahead. Church, go ahead. Church of Light, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't know you called me. My bad.
Yeah, go ahead. It's on you.
Okay, shout out to you, man. Shout out to the panel. Shout out to everyone who's here listening. Man, you should have thousands of viewers, man. Everything you said was spot on. The tether, I mean, listen, we all raised to love black people, but these aren't necessarily black people, right? The world calls them black, and that's cool. But we haven't had a chance in terms of foundational black Americans. We haven't had a chance to really set the pecking order, right? There has to be a pecking order. This is not their country. It will never be their country. I advise, please don't date or marry these people. I mean, if you absolutely have to, I prefer that over the others. But please don't marry or date these people. Please don't tamper your beautiful bloodline. It's very pure. And that's something that we have to keep. Umar, as we all know, is a tether. He's Cubano. The amount of ASS kissing, I don't know if I can curse. So the amount of brown nosing that Umar is doing right now to the supremacy far right side of the spectrum, is abhorrent. We know that he's lost his school. His bank accounts have been frozen. So now it seems like he's trying to reach a new base to secure more funding. I think Umar is a joke, but this is par for the course, right? We can see videos online of tethers all around the world crying for the white supremacist Charlie Kirk. It's because they don't really see themselves as black. Okay, they'll be black to gain social capital, right? To be a part of the discussion, right? To get benefits, right? Off of the backs of our ancestors, right? But ultimately, when it comes down to it, they think that they're going to be in some kind of partnership with white supremacy, right? And they're too stupid to really understand that once supremacy is done with its tools, they break them, just like Charlie. Okay? Charlie was unalived by a supremacist faction. Or whether that be in America. I'm not really trying to get down to the brass tacks or the conspiracy theories about it. But we know for one thing, and for anyone who's not peculiarly listening to the story, when we see the video of him climbing off the roof, very, very fishy, very fishy situation. But back to the tethers, we can't trust them. These are the people, if anything bad happens in this country in terms of a conflict, God forbid, these people are going to be right along massa, okay? They're going to be selling you out, okay? They don't like you. They want to take your place, and we know this. We see the videos. They come here to take. They don't come here to be brotherly or sisterly. They come here to take. They come here to replace us, and that's what they think they're going to do. But I'm here to let you know now that will never happen, and we're going to fight every single day against supremacy and its tools, including the tethers. Thank you.
Go ahead, my sister, Natural.
I just wanted to say it's on topic and off topic. I was just thinking, you know how we have these videos where we honor each other, where, you have that woman that goes around and say, hey, King, and we have our black men that honor black women. I noticed that, well, you don't see them honoring each other. The only time they get behind each other if it is something degenerate. Look how many people got behind a Hatua girl, and then the one that, I guess said the N-word towards the special needs kids. They only get behind degeneracy, but they try to act like it's us. I never see them get online, and then they got behind Caitlyn because they thought they was going to use her for whatever they was trying to use her for. But I never see them do that, and I brought that up because how dare they use MLK and Malcolm X and put them in a picture with that devil? Malcolm would sit on his grave. How dare they? Why? Because they have no icons, no heroes, and they hate us at the same time, but they know they have no one. And they have to attach to us for them to be humanized. Because every hero and icon they have is a degenerate. Like I said, use Abraham Lincoln. Use Hulk Hogan. Put them in a picture with them. Don't put them in a picture with our icons. This is to you white supremacists that y'all say we have no culture. Y'all have all the degenerate things to say about us, criminalize us. But you have to put that racist in a picture with one of our icons because you don't have one. Use Hulk Hogan. Take him out the picture with our icons. Since y'all so supreme. I just wanted to say that. Let me land because I'm turned up tonight.
Damn right. Absolutely. Ain't it funny, though? Just a month ago, they was trying to tell everybody about Hulk Hogan. Don't even use Hulk Hogan. Family, there's so many moving pieces going on right now. So many little slick tethers, slick males. And remember, when you put a tether and a male together, you get a tail. And there's been a hell of a lot of these tails out here, and they've been telling a hell of a lot of lies, but not one of them has moved us, and it will not. Another tether that I want to talk about, since we talked about Dr. Kubar, and look at his position on this. What about Candace Owens? Y'all been seeing this little slow, low-key rebrand that Candace has been on. I just seen Candace out here talking about unity and how she wants to meet people in the middle. Nah. And for all the folks out there listening, y'all can go ahead and take them little cookout invites that you was trying to have. Okay, because a lot of black folks, they be ready at every single damn second to give her some type of cookout invitation. It ain't happening. All right, all that, she made some points, and that's a good thing now. There's a lot of black folks that deep down inside, they want to bring Candace Owens over here to our side. And I'm here to tell you, that shit happening. Reject. And she's a tether as well. Fam, go down the list. Who you want to go? Dr. Kubar, tether. Candace Owens, tether. Look at both of them and look at how they've been feeling about the situation. They look just like the same dusty, musty, rusty, raggedy ass mops that you've been seeing on TikTok. It's the same thing. They all got the same type of position. It's loving Charlie, making excuses about Charlie, and trying to get us to either unify and partner with them, or trying to get us to be nice and celebrate him. And ain't none of that working. Not at all. So shout out to all the brothers and sisters who delineate 100%. Shout out to all the brothers and sisters who regulate at 110%, because that's what has to happen. Don't let these people pretend that they want to partner with us to go against supremacy, when in reality, they've always been partnering with supremacy to go against Black Americans. Go ahead, my sister Natural, and then we'll get to the next speaker.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell the family, we still on what we're on over here. We don't give a damn about this little distraction that they tried to put in front of us. And I'm seeing some people on the timeline I feel sorry for them. See, so Candace is out here trying to humanize this dude. We don't give a damn. She the side chick, whatever was going on over there. We don't feel sorry for we don't give a damn if they tricked him, they used him. He knew what he was doing. So when I see people on this timeline starting to feel sorry for him, or thinking that, okay, now we about to have some type of fake unity with liberals because they saying the same thing. No, remember, these people still have their own agenda. We're still on what we're on. I don't give a damn if they got this, because I'm seeing these talking points because they trying to ease their asses over here. The Dem Shields, know y'all listening to, the liberals, all of the people that are originally and always against us. Now we stand together because they feel the same way that we feel about Charlie. Nah, y'all stay over there. Don't try to come over here with that, because it's still business as usual. I wish I would, because I already unfollowed 2 people today. I wish I would see one of us on the timeline talking about they starting to feel sorry for him because he was set up. He wasn't set up. He stood for what he believed in, and he spoke on it regularly. Period.
Family, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, my good sister, because I've been seeing that as well. All of these folks running around here talking about some, I just feel sorry for him. That souls are wrongs. How you got Africans saying they feel sorry for Charlie Kirk? When have y'all seen what Charlie Kirk said about Africans? I mean, he went through state by state, town, village, the whole continent, picked a country, and he went through it, and he just completely lambasted them. Do y'all know in Zambia they out there laying down reefs for him? You can't make this up. This is what they doing. Okay, the bad done got worse, y'all. They out there literally crying. They marching for him. They laying down reefs. They having TikTok videos where they just in Tether Tears. They upset. All because massa is down. And you got a lot of these people that you've been seeing right here on this space, okay? They've been running around here trying to low-key get foundational Black Americans to get on board with all locking arms and being friends and, you know, we are the world. Ain't no we are the world, okay? We are the lineage and fuck the world, all right? And if the world don't like that, then the world can suck. All right, straight up and down, because foundational Black Americans, we're going to hold our own down. And that's the bottom line. OK, because we said so. And if anybody's got a problem with that, then you can go ahead and you can get a number and you can get in line and you can wait and we'll serve your ass when your time is up and when your number gets called. But you better bring a lunch. All right, because we out here giving out that full time work. We're not going to sit here and celebrate no damn anti-Black American vile supremacist that walked around here and spewed supremacy with a smug look on his face. I don't give a fuck about Jimmy Kimmel, okay? I don't give a fuck about their free speech, because guess what? We knew in the system of supremacy, you ain't got no free speech any damn way. In the system of supremacy, these folks operate as dictators. A lot of folks is out here complaining, how can you take away someone's free speech? As if Black Americans ain't been out here getting, you know, called out for everything. Did y'all see the sister, Taylor Townsend, the tennis player, and they making her apologize over Chinese food? This is what they just waited. They waited. They were out there monitoring this young lady's social media accounts, and it didn't matter what she said. It didn't matter. Whatever they can try to get her on, they was going to get her on. And by the way, sister, you shouldn't have apologized. Okay, you should have told them to hell with you. That shit looks like roasted dick. It ain't happening. That's what you should have did, sister. So listen to the Black grassroots, all right? And we'll give you a little energy to where you ain't got to sit down and apologize for a damn thing. But y'all see the hypocrisy. Y'all see the bigotry. But isn't it a hypocrisy and bigotry that you already knew existed? Y'all notice how all these people right now, they acting surprised and shocked? The people who are acting so surprised are the same exact people who are out here trying to tap dance and play patty cake with supremacy. We don't play patty cake with no damn supremacist or no supremacist sympathizer. And if you don't like it, that's on you. Like I said, get a number, get in line, and you can get this G check as well. And as we proceed to give them what they need, let's get through the hands. I'm going to get to you in prize, but my brother EJ here, and anytime EJ here, he go first. So go ahead, my brother EJ.
Family. I was trying to catch you, brother, on the last, live stream that you did and on the Twitter Space Streets that you was on maybe a couple of days ago. But, this whole Charlie Kirk situation, it doesn't really grind my gears because, I'm over here just, giving y'all the Nation of Islam just face palm of justice. And this is a perfect example of why these supremacists can't be trusted amongst their own people. They'll take each other out and turn around and try to blame Black people for something that we didn't even have the power to even do. I didn't have no love for this dude, let alone people around him. And you tethers, I need some of y'all to come in this space because y'all need to set an example of how not to be on point with even y'all own people in y'all countries. Because if y'all gonna be like this, then and y'all should know better because y'all was doing this crap a couple of years ago when the Queen of England croaked. And now y'all out here taking up for premises that wouldn't even spit on y'all if y'all was on fire, let alone even give y'all a clean cup of water. Out of his 31 years, for the past 31 years, it's already shown you that he is a part of the supremacist, nation when it comes to him and his rhetoric amongst the FBA community. And it's such a shame that you got tethers from all over the world doing videos about this dude, crying over this dude like he just gave y'all unlimited supplies of Red Cross rice and he came in your village and just danced with y'all. Y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves, man. Y'all don't have no pride about yourselves. Y'all don't have no honor amongst your people and your homeland. And it just make your ancestors look bad that was actually trying to get something for yourselves. And this is why the delineation movement is so much needed. Because if you got suckers like this by the millions in that country crying over something that wouldn't give two shits about them, let alone even give them 5 cents a day to feed little Matumbu or Zuzu Saka Zulu the second, what makes you think that he's going to care anything about the foundation of Black Americans? And these clearly have shown over the past couple of days that they will always blame us for stuff that's going on in that community. They don't never look themselves in between broken pieces of crap that they be smoking. This just goes to show you that people like this amongst us that try to blend in with the FBA family, we got to call them out by any means necessary. And y'all know me, I have the tendency of not trying to, be amongst some of these tethers when they come into our space. I know they're listening. Y'all need to look in yourselves in the broken glass, in the broken mirror, and really figure yourselves out. In this situation of y'all fellow white man getting his mayonnaise jars split over the place, y'all need to fix y'all community. Don't be blaming Black folks for some stuff that we didn't do. And I just want to salute to you, brother Black Alpha, for starting this space. I was about to fall asleep on you, brother, but someone told me to get on the app and see what was going on amongst these streets. And then hopefully maybe he can protect his neck on some Wu-Tang Clan shit. But I land my plane and let somebody else speak.
Damn. Fire all behind my brother right there. My brother EJ always got the floor to say whatever he want to say on this stage in this space and time, simply because he's a Georgia boy like myself. All right, Church, we're going to get to you. And then Miss Stacy, we'll get to you soon as Church is done. Go ahead, Church. And I see you, Marcel. I see you, Furball. Much respect. Go ahead, Church.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you for the platform once again. But I want to take it a little bit further backwards, where I want to take it a little further back. A couple days before Charlie was, whatever. The whole Ukrainian immigrant thing that happened in Charlotte on the train system, right? And the supremacists had a lot to say. But there's two things that stood out to me greatly. The first thing that stood out to me is no one cared about our sister, Nia Wilson. Remember her name? Nia Wilson on the BART transportation system in the Bay Area. No one spoke about her. She was nearly decapitated by a supremacist on that train. No one spoke about her. None of these conservatives spoke about her. It shows their hypocrisy. I'll never forget her. Beautiful FBA sister, Nia Wilson. If anybody, whenever you get a chance, just take some time to Google her picture, see her story. Nia Wilson. The second thing that really stood out to me was right in front of the Ukrainian immigrant were 3 white men. None of these white men stood up to save their own white sister from being unalived. And that proved to me, as it should prove to everyone else, as these supremacists are cowards. They didn't want to save their own sister, their own women. How can anyone believe that white men protect white women? And these 3, they look like they were in their 20s. These 3 young white men just watched, didn't give her any assistance, didn't try to stop the would-be attacker. Right? So they just let this woman, their own women, be unalived on the train, didn't stop the attacker, didn't give her any assistance, nothing. So no one can tell me that white men protect white women.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And all of the crime statistics say the same exact thing. Okay. This is why, if y'all notice, over the last few days, there's been a lot of stories about them deleting the crime statistics in which are perpetrated from that community. We've all seen the crime statistics. So basically, anytime you're out here in society and you're listening to someone like Charlie Kirk peddle these obvious lies, misnomers, and untruths about our communities, that's just living in a fantasy land. That is a complete, utter fantasy land. But then again, the system of supremacy, that is what they live on. They live on lies that no one G-checks and no one calls out. Everything they say is just an absolute lie, from the top to the bottom, pillar to post, inside out. So all of these things that they say about statistics, family, you can simply just point at the damn stats and it disproves every single thing that they say. So this is why they're out there now trying trying to delete things, trying to scrub the internet, go back, take things up, get them out of here. The reason being is because we, in this era, we're intelligent enough to go find what the real numbers show, opposed to the fake ones, because that's what they always do. They always give us fake numbers. They always want to give you things like per capita. Family, this ain't no damn third grade social studies test, okay? We're not going to sit there and give a percentage based on a percentage of a percentage. We're going to talk totality, all right? Totality meaning you look at their community, all across the board, crime goes on. Whenever you talk about us, crime only goes on with 1% of us, and that 1% of us are located in economically deprived areas. Why are they economically deprived? Based on the system of supremacy that puts them there. So that does not compute. However, when you look at their community, when you go up the social economic ladder, crime goes right with it, does not go down. As a matter of fact, all criminology and sociology studies have shown that crime actually increases in certain areas of their community when you go up the social economic ladder. How many Black American billionaires commit crimes? How many Black American millionaires commit crimes? How many Black Americans that live in the suburbs commit crimes? Well, I can give you all of those from the W community that commit crimes. Hell, one is the president of the United States of America right now, who's a billionaire with mug shots. Take it or leave it. So you can see and you can dispel all of that just with some simple FBAG checking and put it all to sleep. And that's exactly what we're doing. A lot of folks running around here say they're going to wake it up. They're going to wake it up. They're going to wake it up. Nah, bruh, we putting it to sleep. Therefore, it won't ever come back. But let's get to the hands. Let's keep it moving. Miss Stacy, it's on you.
Hey, Black Alpha. Oh, my goodness. It's so good to be in here. How's everybody doing? All my FBA family?
Doing good. Salute to you, family.
So I always, I'm subscribed to your YouTube and I always hear your spaces and I just be wanting, I'm like, man, I keep catching it late and I always be wanting to participate. And I happened to look on here today and I'm so glad I saw this one. So a few things I want to talk about. I'm gonna try not to be too long though. But like as far as the question, why are they defending Charlie Kirk? Because they still try. It's almost like they doubling down. Like, you know, you got some of them that are trying to apologize because they know they wrong. They know they on the losing side. Then you got some that still won't give up. They play. It's almost like they play the middle. They're like, oh, who's the winning team? This is where I want to be. So they always going for the white man, but then they'll turn around. Some of them, if they notice that, you know, they'll flip flop back and forth. If they notice that, oh no, we standing on business, we ain't going nowhere. And then some of them will try to come over, or they'll just fake the funk like they trying to come over, and then they'll go right back over to the white side. So, you know, they still trying, to get they, you know, I don't think they don't eat butter biscuits. They want them Jollof biscuits. And then another thing I was gonna say too, and this is, they still cosplaying as us at the same time though. I think somebody touched on it earlier. I can't remember. It might have been Tariq space where they were talking about how God, I done lost my train of thought. Like basically they still keep trying to be over there with the white folks with massa. And but I was listening to Pink Book Lessons early and I just posted it on my page, and how they still try to cosplay as us and they trying to be slick. And I don't know if anybody, I can post it in a purple pill. I guess I could do that. But she talks about in Atlanta, it was some tether trying selling cars, selling vehicles that are basically scamming, because that's all they do. That's their culture. They sit up there and they scam all day long. So I posted that in there. And then I know we've been talking about the block party. I've been on that like for the longest time, even before I remember hearing you mention it, and I was like, yeah, exactly. When people started saying, just block them. So whenever I see them, I block them. I kind of wish Tariq would block Bushmeat Barrister and some of them other fools that be coming up in there, because they get on my
sister. Every time I start talking, my neck get to hurting. I get to scratching. I don't know what be going on.
I'd be like, dude, oh my God, I'm so sick of hearing him. You know, every time he come up, it's going to be something about Black people. Oh, something about FBA. I'm like, dude. And then I know Tariq, I know it's like he says it's a teaching thing, but I'm like, dude, you got enough videos for lessons. Tell him to go back and find some. Keep that fool. I hate hearing his voice. It's a few of them other ones that get on there, a lot of these racists that get on there. I'm like, we done had enough of them. It's time for some positive, some positive FBA mojo, you know what I'm saying? The other thing I was gonna say too is when that I posted also, I know I don't have a lot of followers. I know a lot of people don't look at my page, but I try to put some things in there every now and then. There's one video, it was like at the end, there's a song and it's called Block Party, like Standing on Business. And that song, I swear, I was like, I'm sorry, that's fire. That I can't, I put it on my phone too. I actually recorded the song and I have it on my phone because every now and then I like listening to it where she talking about the block party. Like, we tired of these fools. We standing on business. And the song is fire. So I'm going to see if I can post it. I'll probably post a video that I have. And then I think it says to go to the ends. And that last song before the very end, you can listen to it. It's a really good song. But one last thing, how somebody was mentioning Charlie Kirk and all the shit he was talking about FBAs all the time, just Black people, period. And people, and I think you mentioned about, if we do, it's 1% and it's the environment. And you know what? That reminds me, there is a movie, it's not a Black movie, it's called Ever After. Drew Barrymore's in it. It's like supposedly, a Cinderella story. And there's a scene in there where she's talking to the prince and she's telling, and they have all these people that are locked in this cage. I guess going to ship them off to prison, and then talking to them. They was threatening to send them to the quote unquote Americas. But there is, she's telling him, well, this is where you put these poor people. You put them in this environment, and then you arrest them for stealing because they just trying to feed themselves or feed their families or whatever. So you think about that, and it's like that's true. You put people in an environment that they can't survive. That's why one of my one of my favorite all time movies is Trading Places, because it's true. It depends on what you give them, what you take from them. Some people can rise above it, and you got a lot of us FBAs. We keep pushing. We rise above that shit, and then you got some that's just, unfortunately, they just can't. But when you got these supremacists who, the ones at the highest levels that are in the politicians, these crooked bastards that keep people in a specific environment where they can't really thrive, what do you expect? And then you turn around, it's like you set them up to fail. You turn around and you want to arrest them and then basically put them back in slavery is really what they're doing. So, and I just wanted to kind of point that out. I know everybody got a lot to say. I'm sorry for taking up too much time. I'm going to go ahead and land my plane here, but I'd like to stay up because y'all say some good stuff and it triggers so many thoughts for me that I be wanting to share. So I'll go ahead and land right there. Thank you so much for letting me speak. Thank you.
Oh, all day, sister. Yes, definitely stay up. And by the way, I just followed you, sister. And everybody follow our good sister right now. Go ahead and give her a follow. She in here spitting that real good fire. Much respect to you. Absolutely. And that's how we ride, y'all. We ride together. That's how we getting down. And you're right, sister. We trigger a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people triggered by our certified Black society energy, the things that we say. Get your life together, okay? Because apparently you couldn't get your homeland together or your household. But let's keep the hands rolling. And anybody want to come up, come on up, man. Y'all know y'all rocking with the #1 activist Black Alpha Network. Let's go. We'll get to Gerard and then my brother EJ. Or is it Jared?
How?
Yeah.
Gerard.
Right,
Gerard, and I say my white corporate name is Jared. Anyway, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone in this space, my beautiful Black people, for making these spaces. I'm confused and trying to figure out how a white man that got killed by another white man is important to anyone that's not white. That's my main thing. And then, not only do you double down on the ignorance. You drag our greatest black people into the conversation. Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and all this other kind of stuff, and then drag all this stuff into it. What is the point of any of it? And then if you're not from America and someone's talking about America, and then you come over here and say, oh, I'm glad that he's talking about what he's talking about, is it confusion? Because I think now that people are so confused because they don't understand, they never did understand that black is beautiful, because that's the main confusion. Now I think it's, you don't even know what policies, what conversation to talk about to hurt us, right? Because they tried Jim Crow, they tried gerrymandering, they tried redlining, they just keep trying to put us down, and I think now they're confused. So what I think this is funny now, and I want to tell all my black people, continue to be black, and please laugh at the ignorance that's going on right now, because no matter what, we're always important in these people's lives. They claim to hate us so much, but they always messing with us, right? They always got our names in their mouth and all this other kind of stuff. If you hate somebody, are you really going to talk about them all the time? Because what is the point of any of this? We be trying to mind our black business, and then they come over here and mess with us because one of them got shot. I don't understand it. I don't understand how it makes sense to anybody. None of these people are even in politics. Forget about talking about, oh, I'm glad he's... No, I'm not condoning any of that. What I'm saying is, what are you talking about? Because you're not talking about politics, because Charleston White, all these reverends and all these other people that they talk about, none of them are in politics. You're not talking about the black. We didn't have nothing to do with it. We weren't even there. This happened in Utah. So what are we actually talking about, black people? Please continue to be black and just laugh at this, because it's ignorance. And I'll just land with that.
Much, much, much respect. Absolutely. Let me go ahead and add on to a few things you said, my brother, and you absolutely correct. Family, what we are seeing right now is the same exact thing we seen in the founding of this country. They tried to build the United States of America and couldn't do it, so they had to come get us, the foundationals. And fast forward all the way to right now, 2025, they got some crime going on in their community. They've got a bunch of vile hatred going on in their community, and they're all shook. And what's their first thing? To turn back to us. It seems like whether it's building this country, maintaining this country, sustaining this country, trying to project all of your dirty laundry that you do inside this country, they always got to go find black Americans. They're obsessed with us. Family, it is truly black American obsession. And this is what we're going to have to go ahead and start to say. And we're going to have to take it all the way to the top, fam, because that's what it is. No matter what goes on with these individuals, they have to include us, even if they got to force it, even if they got to make it up, even if they just got to pull something completely out the sky. They will always have to use foundational black Americans. It does not matter, because whether they admit it, they accept it, or they acknowledge it, we're the people who make all of this thing spin and go around. And that situation with Charlie Kirk is a prime example of it. There ain't no black people there in the crowd, okay? And if you was melanated, you ain't black, all right? So melanated people were there, but there was a hell of a lot of mayos there, all right? The person who was the victim and the person who was the predator, they were all W's. There ain't black people in the whole damn state. So, fam, when you're talking about a non-black crowd, non-black participants, in a non-black state, and you're still talking about black people, you have black American obsession. That's exactly what it is. But family, what else is new? Haven't they always had black American obsession? That's why I gave you that analogy, that everything that goes on in this country, these people look to us. So you can view it from two different aspects. One, it shows you how lowly and pathetic these individuals are. And it also shows everybody how exceptional we are. And we always tell everybody that we're exceptional, but look, y'all, we can actually point to things where they want to include us. They want to bring us into this. And what's really making everybody upset and angry, fam, is they can't include us in this situation. And for the last week, that's really what you've been seeing. You've been seeing people trying to force Black Americans on this. They've been trying like hell, just making up stuff. That's why I believe Dr. Umar, he got a paycheck. I believe Dr. Umar either got a paycheck or he is trying to tap dance for a paycheck. Dr. Umar, if you listen, the way he phrased his little statement, and he kept saying, I am ashamed of my community. Oh, now we your community. Now we your community. Because any other time, we're a bunch of American Africans. Y'all notice Dr. Umar has been a complete African, Pan-African Cuban. That's what you've been, Kubar. Kubar, we gonna keep it real. All right. You've been running around here talking about Cuba, but the only time you want to start saying my in reference to Black America is when you can try to dump the Charlie Kirk situation on us. Notice that, fam. This new awakening and rebranding of Kubar wanting to be attached and associated with Black Americans. Nah, you ain't talking about your community. When we talk reparations, then it turned into Africa. When we start talking about tangibles and benefits, we ain't your community, you African. So therefore, you just gonna have to stay African. You're gonna have to stay African all the way over there. You done made your decision. Now go ahead and have fun with Mr. Mutombo. I don't know what y'all doing in that damn village. All right, I don't know what y'all up to, but y'all have fun doing it and we gonna be good over here. But that shows you the point, fam. The very fact that he had to come out and say that we're celebrating for the millionth time, and this will be the last time, Black Americans didn't celebrate. Black Americans just didn't give a fuck. All right, I know I said the last time. Let me say that again. We didn't give a fuck. That's really what it is. And they want us to care. They want to make it look like we were celebrating. You got these tethers out there talking about the Charlie Kirk situation started a civil war in the Black community. No, the hell it didn't. Really, the only civil war right now is going on in the Miracle Whip community, because I'm seeing liberals and conservatives that are telling everybody they're having a civil war. We didn't care, y'all. And this goes back to my original point that they need us to get involved, to the point where they'll just make up things to make us think that we are somehow invested. We're not invested. Again, y'all think we give a damn about a 31-year-old W and a 22-year-old W who had a problem? I don't give a damn. I'm gonna tell you right now, if I was walking down the street and I seen them same demographics, I'm walking right around them. Right around them. Black Americans don't care. I know y'all want us to care, so you can have whatever little agenda, dumping it on us, projecting on us, tethers, all y'all. I know the slang, the sloppy ass stuff that y'all pull. Black Americans really could care less about that whole situation. And you're not going to give us no straw man argument like we do give a damn. No, we don't. No, we don't. Black Americans don't wake up and think about anybody. Y'all want to know what Black Americans, they want to talk about color. The only color Black Americans wake up and think about is green. Okay. And I'm talking about money. And if it ain't about money, then it ain't about us. If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. So no, we're not waking up thinking about Mayo or Jollof. And a shout out again to Taylor Thompson. We're not out here talking about Chinese food neither. Okay, you shouldn't apologize, sister, but we're gonna keep it moving. But that shows you right then and there, fam. They've been trying to put this thing on us like we've been celebrating, and no, we haven't. And shout out to the fam, because we have been rejecting it. We have been regulating and not allowing them to perpetrate that fraud upon us. That's just not what it is. See, this ain't the old era. The old era, they used to believe things that they did because white people told them they did it. How many of y'all remember that? Y'all remember back in the old days when the white man would just make some shit up about black folks and black folks would put their head down like, I know I shouldn't have did what I didn't really do, but you told me I did it. There ain't no numbers, no statistics, no evidence, no facts to prove it. But the white man says I did it, so I must have did it. Black folks used to be putting on jackets that they ain't had no business putting on. We don't do that in this generation. Let's make that perfectly clear. We don't sit there and say, oh, we did it because white folks. And see, that's what they're doing right now, family. They're trying to use that old tactic of just telling us that we did it, so we take ownership over it. Black folks used to take ownership over things that we never did. They're having a very hard time adjusting to a generation where Black Americans are not taking ownership over things that we have nothing to do with. That is an all W town, an all W state, an all W crowd, an all W assassin, and an all W victim. I ain't hear black in that not one damn time. And if there ain't black in it one time, then we ain't taking ownership over it. So you can have all that you want to. So keep on rejecting these people, fam, when they start saying that blacks celebrated and all that, because really who was celebrating was the white liberal. Yeah, the white liberal, the ones out here making TikTok videos. See, fam, what they say and what you see don't add up. And anytime somebody's words and actions don't add up, then you call BS on them. And that's exactly what it is. Their words and their actions just are not adding up. So therefore, foundational Black Americans are calling them bluff. And foundational Black Americans is going on about our business, whether they like it or not. And we're going to bring up the rest of the family so we can continue to put in that real good work. I'm going to get to you in just a second, EJ. I want to bring up some new speakers. For the record, everybody, I know I was in here cursing. I'm going to stop cussing because I tell myself to stop cussing because when I got to edit all this up, it take 100 hours. Please refrain from cussing. You might, if you got to drop an MF or here or there, cool. But chill out with the cussing a little bit. I got a lot of older folks that be getting on me about that. I got a lot of young folks they listen to with their grandkids and all that good stuff. So with that said, even myself, I'm going to chill out with the cussing, but let's go ahead and continue to regulate. Okay. So Starborn, it's on you. Then I'm gonna get to my brother EJ and I'm bringing up Twizzle and Boykin.
I'm gonna say one thing. I know you said not to cuss, but I didn't get a beep about what happened and tell the truth because I didn't celebrate, but I wasn't mad either. And I want to shout out to you, Afro Elite. I want to shout out all the people with the being that we got the social media, like you were just saying, Alpha. They'll blame stuff on us, and we'll just have to take it. But now with the social media, now with us delineating, now we got different outlets of people that we could get our thoughts to. Because before, there wasn't no internet. So, we just in our own communities, we couldn't get our thoughts out to the masses. So I'm going to get quick. I just want to say shout out, of you doing what you're doing, because it's like, damn, you think the same thing I think, that everyone coming and thinking together. But anyway, man, peace to the FBA family.
Much respect, my brother. Much respect. Yes, indeed, fam. We all moving lockstep, y'all. We all moving in sync. Man, I told everybody I'm the voice of the concrete, people's champion. It's my job to be in sync with the brothers and sisters and the kings and queens. So shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to everybody. Much love and respect. Let's keep this thing going. My brother EJ, then I'm going to spin it to Boykin, then I'm going to get my brother Twizzle. I see you, my brother. Let's keep this thing rocking. Y'all come on up, man. Send a request. Let's pop.
Yeah, I'm going to just say this. You thought banging on wax from the 90s was hard. It is 2025. It is mayonnaise on mayonnaise. It's really going to be sick when it comes to these, groups that are out here, riding for Charlie Kirk, and the ones who are just laughing at, Charlie Kirk. It's going to be mayo on mayo, and you know how their community get down when they don't get their own way. You seen what happened when Joe Biden got into the office again for his second term. They was out here running up into federal buildings, assaulting officers, stealing flags. They was out here doing all types of weird stuff. Now that one of their, premises done, took a fall down to, purgatory, we don't have to listen to that bull crap no more. But they out here just, acting the fool. And I suggest that, all the, brothers and sisters out there, just mind your own business. But, the tethers are going to give us perfect examples of what not to do when one of these, fall down and can't get up. Their life alert button ain't working. They ain't put no batteries in it. So you got to let them just fall out and just see if they can get medical attention from one of their people within their community. See, like I was saying earlier, they don't look at themselves in the mirror and try to, figure out what's going on with, the people that's out here in their community messing with kids, causing havoc. You think the damn immigrants are major harm to the economy? These people out here that's committing all these crimes, these outlaw biker gangs, these premises groups, they're turning on each other right about now. They don't know what to do right now. See, Charlie Kirk was one of their major premises de factos when it comes to him, talking rhetoric and trying to be out here like he was some sort of genius. For a dude who was a college dropout, you would have thought that he was hooked on phonics the way that some of his talking points were coming out when he was trying to debate, college students and stuff. But, newborn baby could have shined him when it came to his, rhetoric. And it just goes to show you that a lot of these supremacists, they don't talk about nothing but, us being 13% of the population and us allegedly doing 50% of the crimes within the United States of America. But if we're only 13% of the population and the community in the U.S. of A. is a higher percentage, then would you think their communities will be out here doing the most crimes and causing mischief amongst our people, let alone their own people? You see stuff every day with these folks. But, these people within their community, they don't want to look at it. They just always want to blame, us Negroes for stuff that we don't have no control over. If you're the major majority, then you should be blaming, the departure of Charlie Kirk passing away. You should be blaming the people who did that to him. So y'all should be disciplining him, and y'all should just be getting in a circle and just, putting them hands and feet to him. Because if you're gonna let a dude like that get took out and him not protecting his neck, of course, with the turtleneck, like I was saying earlier, then what makes you think what Black Americans are gonna do if somebody take one of our main pillars out? See, we always have to watch our backs, and since y'all been having control for hundreds of years, this is just another one bites the dust situation. So we're just gonna let y'all handle it and see, what the outcome is gonna be. But y'all are just cowards and y'all just can't handle y'all business when it comes to y'all just getting y'all stuff together. And see, that's why the country is going to the, bottom of the pits now since this whole situation has been happening. Because, you seeing stuff like this every day with these people. They don't know how to control themselves. They'll just crash out on anybody except the people who's out here causing harm in their community. They can always, blame the Black man, but, us brothers and sisters are always going to stick together. Unlike the tethers that are just going to be crying and rolling over, on the ground, getting dirt and, Jollof stains on their shirts and stuff. But, I'm going to land my plane and let somebody else talk.
Shout out to my brother EJ. To quote my brother EJ, y'all better listen to my brother. He be cooking. My brother EJ said, supremacy is nothing but a cheap made product. And he said this a long time ago, okay? And I be damned. Look at how bad that cheap product is crumbling right in front of our eyes. Shout out to you, my good brother, for that one. Shout out to the family for holding it down. And shout out to Foundational Black Americans, man, for just not giving an FUCK and still winning. It's got to be bad, man. It got to hurt their feelings a hell of a lot when they want us to get involved and we still standing on our own, man. I love being us. But let's get to the hands. Boykin, and then I'm going to send it to my brother Twizzle, and then Eastsiders, and we're going to keep this thing pushing. Go ahead, Boykin.
Peace, power, and reparations. Good evening to everyone. I'm loving this, man. As Black Alpha kept saying, that anti-Black karma has got these people. Tism is on full display. We've got mayo versus Miracle Whip versus whipped cream versus heavy cream out here. It is just all over the place. I'm looking outside right now, and I live in the whitest city of the whitest state. Man, let me tell you something. These people are going at each other for no reason. I can lie and say, well, maybe they disagree over this Kirk jerk mess. Nah. When you got meth heads in downtown Seattle cracking jokes, it is amazing. Come on now. Some people did them in. We ain't got nothing to do that. Are there any Black people from Utah? Please stand up. If you are a Black person from Utah, please stand up. No, Mia Love passed away, sadly, early this year. That was the Haitian American who was the first Black woman Republican in Congress. But, she passed away, so that don't count no more. But anybody else, please stand up and say something about this situation, because I want to know what the Black people in Utah think about this. Honestly, all jokes aside, I want to hear from any of the Black people who are in on this, because we know you're tethers. Because people from the soil don't get down with people who denigrate, violate us and our children. So we want to hear from you guys. How are you going to defend all of this? Meanwhile, all the rest of us, foundational Black Americans of this soil, the descendants of chattel slavery, we're just minding our own Black business.
Shout out to you, my sister. Oh, by the way, I heard Andre still running from you. I heard Andre done ran all the way back to Haiti. Damn, I'm telling y'all, you'll get these fleas to flee back home. If you know, you know. If you know what I'm talking about. Andre gone, man. I ain't seen him ever since. Damn. All right.
He over there hitting the 1-2 step with barbecue, so he gonna be busy for a couple of weeks. Be like,
you ain't never told a lie, my brother. Never told a lie. My sister Natural, we got you back up, and then I'll have you send it to the next speakers, which I believe is Twizzle and then Eastsiders.
Okay, good. I don't know what they was doing. I almost lost my train of thought. So I just wanted to just talk about I can't remember who was speaking about, these people and their crime stats, but just to go back to the per capita, what I was saying is we don't have to go back and forth with them no more. We don't have to prove, we don't even have to put up no stats going toe to toe with them. We have totally crushed and destroyed per capita. We all know that their crimes go underreported because if a black man gets in an argument with his wife or significant other, or he communicates threats, they're dragging his ass out that house and they are going to arrest him. If a white man gets in an argument, they're going to let him go down the street, cool off, and he gets to go back to that house. Even these cops slap their women up and their brothers protect them. And those crimes never, ever get reported. So we don't want to hear about y'all per capita anymore because we already know who the thugs are out here. So I'll land.
That's another one that we have put to rest. I'm telling y'all, why wake people up when you can put them to sleep? That's the difference. Y'all notice that this situation has highlighted so many things, and everything that it has highlighted has been things that we've already called out or predicted or put the receipts on the table. Every single thing about this that has been highlighted has foundational Black American predictions written all over. We told everybody that they always want to include us. That's what they try to do, and it got rejected. We told everybody that they the real thugs, and they try to say, no, he's not. That got rejected. We told everybody that supremacy don't get along with supremacists. They only do that so they can protect each other. That's it. Don't get it twisted. They'll try to sell you that they live in some type of utopia where they all friendly, diddly, winly, and I'm here to tell you, no, the hell they not. When we not around or you have access to what these people are doing, when the Miracle Whip doors are closed and what they do behind that mayo jar, it ain't friends, it's foes. And you can look at the statistics or you can just look at them when you're seeing with your own eyes. That's exactly how we've been calling it out. And this situation only highlighted it. And the fact that we highlighted it, that's why they started pointing fingers everywhere. The reason why the dominant society started pointing the fingers at us, because they want us to take our eyes off of that whole travesty that happened right there in broad daylight. They don't like the fact that everybody's watching them have a crash out or fall out. They talking about civil wars amongst each other. They out here in the streets scrapping. That don't go along with the narrative that y'all try to teach us. That ain't the Brady Bunch or the Partridge Family that y'all say y'all are. See, they got exposed and embarrassed in broad daylight in front of the world, okay? And nowadays, we got them cameras rolling. So social media basically put out all of that W on W crime, all that W on W civil war, bickering, feuding, and fighting. Family, that stuff started off with the Charlie Kirk situation. They done drug Jimmy Kimmel in the situation now. So that done went to late night TV. Don't tell me these people are the Brady Bunch. No, they feuding and fighting in every turn, and the world is watching. How do you know this? Because just 2 weeks ago, they was talking about Chicago and DC. Notice Trump came out and he want to start talking about Memphis now. Let me tell you what that really is. That's him saying, can we change the subject, please? Okay, can we change the narrative? Because this ain't too good. Did y'all see? I don't know who's all subscribed to the Black Alpha Network. If you not, you crazy, because it's the hottest thing in America right now. But I just showed the other night that the dominant society, they already throwing Charlie under the bus. Damn right they are. Yeah, they throwing Charlie under the bus. They asked Donald Trump. They say, hey, Donald Trump, how you feel about Charlie? He said, I'm cool. You see them new trucks and helicopters we got? Oh, he don't want to talk about that no more? This is why we make these spaces. We have these conversations, family. We put it all on the line to let them know, yeah, we see what y'all was talking about and we see how y'all really are. And we putting it up on that big screen for the world to operate. Supremacy not only took an L, supremacy is embarrassed. They're very embarrassed, and they should be. They should be. Again, you was too worried about Chicago. You should have been worried about Jethro. Because Jethro the one out there doing all of that harming in your damn community. He high as a kite. He's high as a jet. And he's coming after your kids. He coming after your wife and your family. And it ain't black folks. So go ahead and have that. Y'all was talking about the Ukrainian woman. Y'all was talking about North Carolina. They put out 1,000 pictures. Fam, the dude on the train or whatever the hell that was in North Carolina, how many pictures did y'all see of that dude? They put out every mugshot this man ever had. How many pictures have y'all seen of this Tyler Robinson guy? What, 1, 2? I just showed everybody the other night. Megyn Kelly was showing his Facebook pictures and she showed the family dog. They not treating him like he just took away their hero. They not treating him like such a bad person. You know why? It's because in the system of supremacy, they don't highlight their criminals, because that means you would have to profile what that criminal looks like. And guess what? Tyler Robinson looked like all their kids. So they're going to say, you know what? We just going to go ahead and skip over Tyler, throw Charlie under the bus, and family, in about 2 or 3 weeks, nobody's even going to be talking about the situation. They'll be talking about Ukraine. They'll be talking about Iran. They'll be talking about everything other than this. Natural, you made a prediction earlier when we was talking, and yeah, damn right, my sister, bullseye. It's going to be something other than the stuff that they've been doing. And that's why they get so upset right now, because we ain't letting them hide. We ain't letting them run. We pulling all of that Mayo laundry on the block. But go ahead, my brother Twizzle, and then we'll spin all the way through the hands. We'll get to Miss Stacy, my brother Eastsiders, and anybody else. Go ahead, Twizzle.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing on this good Thursday? What's up with you, Black Alpha? Hey, naturally. Hey, I want to give a shout out to EJ, man, because EJ, that banging on wax was my SHIT. In 92, 93, man, that's all I played. And y'all are saying a lot of, factual. Yeah, is it okay? Could I go?
Yeah, the floor is yours, brother. It's muting like crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna get this situated. Let me get all that off. Everybody's unmuted. Okay, checkmate. I guess I made them upset even more. But I make a lot of the haters upset. You good to go, brother. The floor is yours.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But I just want to say this, and I'm going to try to be quick. One thing for sure, two things for certain. America's racist heart got hit in America's racist heartland, and America's heart is hurting right now. And they are looking at us, black people, because they know we black people has been the moral compass for America ever since we've been here. They are looking at us and wondering our reactions, and they mad at us because we over here like, nah, 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 nah. Hey, 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 goodbye. And we have zero sympathies for that because we know Charlie Kirk for the racist that he was. You know what I'm saying? And then we have these clean shaven who want to sympathize and beg for forgiveness, knowing god dang well we didn't have nothing to do with it. But those are the ones who too busy trying to cuddle up and be next to with mommy and daddy, thinking they're going to get acceptance. But yet we really don't care because we are out here fighting. The foundational black Americans are out here fighting a good fight. We are fighting in our cause. And we are unexplaining and we are unapologetic towards anybody. And that's what they want us to be. And I say right now, as black Americans, we really need to do some house cleaning to get rid of these scared coons, respect for your space. You know what I mean? Because there's so much scare talk right now. All I hear is, oh, they gonna do this, they gonna do that. So what? I was around in the 1980s when Ronald Reagan got out, and they tried to say a black man did it, but it wasn't. But you should have seen the hysteria and the fear then. And if they didn't get it in the 80s when they still had golden opportunity, when they still had the Ku Klux Klan running around, that makes you think they're going to touch us in 2025. If they're going to do something, they're going to do it. So the only thing we can do is just sit back and prepare ourselves for whatever. But in the meantime, in between time, don't be scared. We got to stand on our principle. Not only that, we have to stand on our culture because we didn't survive everything in America. I'm gonna say this. What makes me think that they could do something that can hurt us that they ain't already done? My uncle was 83. He always said, God bless the child that God is on. As long as you got yours, you're not gonna need the government, and the government can't affect you or harm you. You know what I'm saying? So we really need to be in a position to where we need to stand 10 toes down with our chest out and our heads held high because we are for foundational black American issues. And if it's not concerning us, if it's not paying us, and it's not going to help give us our liberation and help give us our hate crime bill and everything that we asked for and our reparations claim, we really don't concern. And like somebody was saying earlier, I forgot who it was, but they are 100% correct we really need to quit acknowledging these people, because when you acknowledge somebody, you give it credibility. You know what I'm saying? They say a lie is something that's told over and over again. And when it becomes truth is when people start paying attention to it. We need to quit paying attention to these people. And the most important thing, and I stand on this, and I'm going to start going off on this. And if y'all catch me doing it, please hoorah me and get on Twizzle. But we are going to quit explaining ourselves to these people because we don't owe nobody no explanation for nothing. As Paul Meany said, we don't owe no explanation. We know our ass whooping. That's all we owe. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say, black Americans, my brothers, my sisters, we finna quit explaining ourselves in here. We finna quit acknowledging some of their questions and conversations. And we finna stand 10 toes down on our future and our business because F that dude. He hated us. He was totally against us, and that's how he became what he was because of his hatred and vitriol towards us. So it's time to move on. We finna quit acknowledging him. We finna quit paying attention to him. You know what I'm saying? We got bigger fights because we got this 26 election coming up. And we have these tethers in here, we have these immigrants in here, and we have these Democrat shills in here, ear hustling, too busy trying to pick weak people off who want attention, who want a little money and a little credibility. So we need to start standing 10 toes down on this and holding our people accountable. And most important, don't be scared. You got us now. At first, we used to stand alone in this. At first, we used to be alone in our conscious movement and our weight culture and all that. Now man, come on, we are strong now. We damn near 200,000 strong on these Twitter spaces. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, if we don't know it, reach out, because we got somebody that got your back with the intelligence and the credibility. Not only that, the receipts to hold you down. So I land my plane. Shout out to my Black American people. Shout out to the real Black American people in here. And I land my plane.
Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. We call them real Black Americans. We call them certified. Shout out to all the certifieds, family, and much respect to my brother Twizzle. Every time my brother Twizzle come through, he be dropping that work, boy. Straight up. Shout out to you, family. And I like what my brother said. Acknowledging these people is a waste of time. Debating, explaining, that's all a waste of time. That's that Black Lives Matter stuff. Remember Black Lives Matter used to go there and try to get into these explanations with these people and be like, why don't you like me? Because I'm a Black woman. Remember all that stuff, fam? We don't do none of that. And y'all see how fast we move when you just get rid of all the wasted motion of extra explanations. You see how fast we go? See, the reason why this era and this generation, which I'm always talking about, because remember, y'all, life is generational. Remember that, all right? This generation moves so fast because we ain't sitting here wasting our time debating and complaining and explaining with these people. And the reason why is because we know exactly who these individuals are. Shout out to Kabahai Watha Kamene. He told me personally, he said, this is who we dealing with. And you know who you dealing with. So why you acting surprised when you dealing with them? And I'm paraphrasing. But that's exactly what we are standing on now. We ain't trying to figure out supremacy, fam. Don't understand the system of supremacy and then walk around like you don't get it, because that's wasted knowledge. Back in the old days, people would understand supremacy in their mind, but they wouldn't act it out with their own personal behaviors. What we doing is we taking what we know, all of the knowledge, all the conversations, when we exchange notes, because this is what we do, fam. We exchange notes right here. This is how you get intelligent, all right? You get intelligent from your brothers and sisters, because everybody's going to have a great point that they can contribute. I might see my sister Natural and she says something. I'm like, that's great. I'm going to go ahead and add that. My brother Twizzle, EJ, Eastsiders, Miss Stacy, Church, all y'all gonna say something that I'm gonna be like, yo, that's good. Let's rock with that. Let me add that to the repertoire. That's how we get stronger. So all the people saying, why we got to have these spaces, man? What we gonna do? We learn it. And then we take what we learn and then we go out in the real world and we handle it. Or you take what you have in the real world that you learn and then you come here and you share it. Each one teach one. So we understand the way that the system of supremacy works. And if you look at this situation right now with Charlie Fatigue, every single thing that we called out, we watch it happen and we ain't surprised by it happening. The only people who are acting shocked and surprised and applaud are all of the people who are tethers, mops, all of the Democratic shills, some of the Republican shills. Them are the only ones out here exhibiting what Dr. Claude Anderson calls inappropriate behavior. Foundational Black Americans is business as usual. We ain't running around here saying, can you believe what's happening? Yeah, because this is who we dealing with. Man, I can't believe what happens to old Charlie. No, I'm not. Because this is who we dealing with. Are you shocked and surprised, tethers are crying on TikTok? If I would have told y'all 1 month ago that a tragic situation would have happened, well, which, by the way, I said it was going to happen 2 days before it happened. Actually, not even 2 days. I said it like 3 hours before it happened. That's another story. The very fact that we predicted all of this stuff, and if I would have asked y'all a question that would this occur and would tethers be upset, everybody in here would say, hell yeah, tethers to break down. So, I mean, aren't you really calling out things before they happen? Don't you already understand the way the game is flowing? Don't you already understand who you dealing with? You damn right you do. And let me say this one more time about Charlie Fatigue. Charlie Fatigue made a living saying a bunch of dirt and a bunch of trash around a bunch of liberals. Charlie would have got mopped up by Mr. Certified. Dude was easy, inadequate, weak. All of his statements was low budget, bottom feeding. Dude was not skilled, not talented. Dude would have been extra easy work in any type of setting if he had to articulate or try to attempt and articulate them points to us. So family, just let y'all know, they avoid foundational black Americans. You may go talk black issues with a W liberal, which don't make no damn sense, but that's what he was doing. They may go talk to Jasmine Crockett. They may go talk to Candace Owens, but they don't want to see us. So the reason why we should definitely not explain or waste our time on these people is because, quite frankly, fam, they don't want to see us face to face neither. But let's continue and get to the hands. My brother Eastsiders, and then Miss Stacy, and then I see my brother Church in the building. But go ahead, Eastsiders. Shout out to the OHIO family.
Hey, peace, peace, peace. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Man, it feels good to be back in here, man. First of all, I'd like to say I'm grateful for the new black media, because what it's doing is putting a spotlight on everything, like you said, that we've been talking about over the years. Also, I think it's important that we keep in mind that these people are basically controlled opposition. Not to mention they have to have a controlled environment, which is explaining that these people never actually talk to the grassroots. If you ever notice how they duck every time one of us call them out, we try to get a platform, to make sure everything's fair and balanced, and they never respond. There's always some type of excuse. Also, what I wanted to point out is that since they can't blame it on foundational black Americans, what they're doing is making it a left and right issue instead of dealing with, white privilege and dealing with this supremacist system, because they don't want to admit that they were wrong in the first place. Just another way for them to shirk and dodge accountability, because they know if they had to deal and face accountability, they would have to make some changes that they don't want to do outside of adapting to the, this power structure. They want to try to, like Neely Fuller taught us, we're in the refinement stage. They've already, when they came over here and enslaved our people, that was the establishment phase. Then they went with the maintenance phase. Then when they started going to different bases, establishing military bases and influences all across the globe, that was the expansion phase. Now we're dealing with the refinement phase. And at this point, this is where they're trying to fine tune and try to see if they can rule in a minority like they did apartheid South Africa. We need to make sure that that we stay ready, so we ain't got to get ready. Also, make sure we're paying attention to what they're saying as well as what they're not saying, because they're not going to say that they have a problem, with their own people. They want to try to only pathologize black crime. And we need to make sure that we keep them on notice. We already got them on notice, but we need to keep our feet on there so we can make sure that they understand that that time is over with. We're not like those ancestors that was dormant and docile. We here to raise hell, and I'm going to land there.
Shout out to you, my brother Eastside, my Buckeye brother. Cleveland's definitely in the house. Shout out to the 216. Much respect. Got to add something you said, family, and I'm going to get through the hands, okay? But let me say this, okay? My brother just made an excellent point about them trying to make it a left-right issue. The dominant society has about 4 or 5 cop-outs of projection. And every time they get exposed for their true inside internal behaviors, they'll immediately shift it off into one of those. The first one is going to be obviously projection onto black folks. That's not really working. But the second one that they use, in which they've been using completely, is the left-right thing. Left-right is still something that functions within their own borders and their own community. So meaning, family, if they ever say this is a left-right issue opposed to a white-on-white crime issue or opposed to their own degeneracy, they just by de facto admitted that it's a white-on-white crime issue because left and right belongs to them. I have been saying this, and I'm going to continue to say this for the eon on top of the eons, family. When you deal with the system of supremacy, liberal and conservative are their 2 wings. You cannot be a black liberal and you cannot be a black conservative. Those 2 things right there belong to white people. So if you black and you run around here saying, I'm a liberal, you just told me that you ain't nothing a slave. Because you can't be black and be a liberal. No, you just can't. That's like saying that you're a slave and you're on the plantation, but you're really the master. You can't be the slave and the master at the same damn time. Okay. And the same goes for conservatives. So be very cautious of the left to right thing. Left right not only is a cop out that the dominant society uses to project all of their degenerate behaviors onto us and onto others, or to just get everybody off of their sites and divert you. It is also a group or policy and ideology that is belonging to white individuals. So I want everybody to notice a lot of these people that y'all been seeing on these apps. I'm not going to say no names, but y'all been seeing them. Y'all starting to see that conservative slave come out of them. And you're also seeing a lot of them liberal slaves come out of them. It don't take a lot to see what a cook looks like. Just find a black person that identifies as a liberal or a conservative, and you've identified the coon. You can't be a black person who lives on a plantation, takes the slave master's name, and think that you're equal. Who's picking the cotton? Let's keep the hands going. Miss Stacy, it's on you, beloved.
Thank you so much. You know what? Oh my gosh. Like Eastside said, we need these spaces because I love how y'all get my juices flowing. I had already written down some stuff I wanted to say. As soon as you said the left, right, I was like 1-2 punch. I mean, we just saw our brother Bud beat down that fool in the boxing ring, and the left, right, that 1-2. You got the left and the right, they both on the same body. So they're not separate. They work together to pass out, right? So you think about that when people be talking about, the left and the right, they working together. They just coming from two different directions, but they still trying to conquer you. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing I wanted to say, you think about, I wanted to co-sign my brother Twizzle, my brother Twizzle on the other side of the bridge from me. We both in Cali representing the West Coast. So he was talking about how, them Nabiscos, I think Brother Church calls them Nabiscos or somebody calls them Nabiscos. I'll be cracking up. But when he was saying how they mad that we not upset or we not showing no type of emotion and we just minding our business, I was like, yeah, they mad that we not crashing out. The thing is, if they just get their stuff together, go ahead. They always doubling down, tripling down. And but it's like, dude, I my message to the white people, just do the right thing. All you gotta do, just do the right thing, and everything will work out. But they not trying to do that, and that's the unfortunate part. But also, I like how Twizzle said we don't owe them no explanation, and you know why? Because they already know the answer. Hell no, we don't owe them we don't owe them nothing. So when they come up and they try to ask us something, it's just like click. Block party for all the asses. We don't owe them no explanation. We don't need to sit there and try to explain or try to get them to understand because they already know. They just don't want the answer. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. And I'm gonna go ahead and land and give everybody something to think about right there.
Shout out to you, my sister. You ain't lying. They be trying to make it look like every black person we know done committed a crime and done did a drive. Grandma ain't did no drive-by, okay? Stop playing with us. Stop. Y'all trying to make it look like grandma got some sweet tea in one hand and she doing a drive-by out the window with her right hand. That just ain't happening. Our grandmothers are peaceful. Now, they grandparents.
Yeah, my grandma wasn't on Medea. All three of my grandmas was, or everybody's like, well, I got brothers and sisters, different dads, but so different grandmothers. But every last one of them, they all was classy women. They never acted like Medea. I'm sorry, I had to just say that real quick.
Thank you. You right. You damn right. Ain't no Medeas in the family. Hell no. No. Hey, our grandmas weren't sitting there looking at the lynchings. They weren't sitting there looking at the lynchings like they grandmas was. So no, there ain't no Carolyn Bryant's on this side. No. But I guarantee our grandmas would whoop days. But that's a whole nother topic. That's a whole nother one. Go ahead, my brother Church. Take him to church.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, indeed.
Salute to you. Salute to the chat. Salute to my sister Natural. All dang day, man. I ain't even made it home yet. I'm still on the road, but I just could not wait listening to all this goodness that y'all was putting out there, family. I have to address something, family, and I got a new saying. And I've been having to correct a lot of people left and right because they're seeing all the things that's happening and they're becoming scared, because some people are getting kicked out of school for talking about Charlie Kirk. Some people are getting fired for talking about Charlie Kirk. And a lot of people don't seem to understand this, especially the tethers. So one thing that I've been having to tell a lot of these folks is that supremacy is hypocrisy manifested. If you do not understand that, then you do not need to be in this fight, because you're going to see and continue to see people get reprimanded because of the fact that the supremacists hate taking L's. It could be everything that they've been doing. And as soon as they see somebody who don't look like them doing it, now they want to go on the attack. For example, Greg Abbott out here where I am, he signed an executive order securing free speech on college campuses. And he did a whole video talking about how he can't believe he even has to do it. This is in the Constitution. We should already know these things. And as soon as a brother was on there clowning Chucky Kirky, he called for him to be expelled. What these people are doing right now, family, and I want everybody to pay attention, what these people are doing is showing you how weak the system of supremacy is. Every day, they're trying to get us into a mix where they want to pull us into their fight. And it's not working. So it's even gotten to the point where at one point they're sitting there calling for the unaliving of people. And then when, the situation with Tyler Robinson came out, all of a sudden those same people who were calling for the unaliving of people were then saying, oh, we know Charlie would want us to pray for Tyler, and hope that he finds God. Family, right in your face, you're seeing the hypocrisy manifested. And another thing that they're doing right now, and I have to pull over to say this real quick. Another thing that they're doing, and I'm sure you're going to see a lot more of this, is they're having the Nabisco man and the Nabisco woman both coming out begging Black folks to save the country. You have on one end the Nabisco man claiming how Black women are the most intelligent and they're the most oppressed and they've always put the country on their backs and all this other nonsense. Not that it's nonsense, but just know when it's coming from them, it's nonsense. And then on the other hand, you have the Nabisco talking about Black men. I think we're going to need your help. I think we're going to need you to save us. And I know it's not fair, but I think you're going to have to step in because, we need you to be the moral compass again. Family, all this is Nabisco pandering because they're trying to, one, segregate us as the Black man and the Black woman in this country because us standing together is us standing strong. And they know that. And so they ain't seeing the feminist tactics working. So what do? They're trying to now, instead of using the women to get the women, now they're using the Nabisco man to talk to the Black women and using the Nabisco woman to talk to Black men as if they're going to pull us away from each other. This is their whole game plan as of right now because nothing else is working. So you're going to see a lot more videos of people coming out acting as if they understand the plight of Black America and Black Americans. And we agree with reparations. I saw Nabisco today talking about he was running for governor. And I absolutely agree with reparations because it's time to address the issues at hand and not just the issue, but the systemic and economic issue. They're trying to pull us back in because they have nowhere else to run. And right now, all they're seeing is each other going at each other. Just like in the movie Civil War, the Marvel movie Civil War. Right now, Black folks, we Thanos, right? When Thanos looked down and saw Tony Stark's fighting against Captain America, you think Thanos stepped in? No, he waited until everybody was weakest, and then he sent everybody in there to handle their business. That's how they're looking at us right now. Why won't you help us? Why won't you allow us to pull you into our nonsense? And honestly, that's just showing and goes to show how much we're winning in this situation, how much they hate the fact that we're winning because they know we're not stepping in because we know it ain't none of our business. But I'll land right there, family.
100%, family. Go ahead, old brother. I cannot pronounce your name, fam. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's Adira.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Thank you very much. One thing I wanted to add to what you're saying right now is okay. I'm from Nigeria, just to put that out there. Don't
Okay,
attack
good
me.
for you. Much love to you,
Yeah,
fam, for
much
being
love,
from
much love.
Nigeria. Go ahead.
Exactly. So, one thing you need to understand is there are a lot of Nigerians that actually support African Americans. A lot of them are here in America, while a lot are back home. So, I know that a lot of people on this space have not actually visited Nigeria before, right? A lot.
I'm sorry, bro. I got to mute you real quick. Just real quick. I want you to understand something. Real quick. We never said we're against all Nigerians. We've only been talking about the tethers. So if you come in and you're saying, I want you to know a lot of us, we support you, not just there, but here. If you're talking about here, if you're supporting us, there's not a lot of you going after them when they're sitting there disrespecting us. So I would just keep it on the real smooth tip if you really want to keep it there, okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, don't say things like that when we're not seeing things like that. Do you get what I'm saying?
And
I'm going to pass
also,
it
let me
back
throw
to
this
you.
in there. We are not, and I mean not, African Americans. You, sir, are an African. We are not Africans. We are foundational Black Americans. I'll repeat, foundational Black Americans. And you can even add indigenous Black Americans to that. And it all means the same thing. So I want you to know that we are not Africans and do not refer to us as Africans at all. And tell everyone you know back in Nigeria that we are not Africans. Tell them we are foundational Black Americans. Take that term and spread it around. Go ahead.
All right. So just okay. FBS. I'm just gonna say FBS, right? Um, see, even here in America, right, there are a lot of Nigerians too that supports FBA, right? Just the minority, I would say, that have different opinion.
He went back into the same talking point that I asked him not to get into when he kept saying, the Nigerians support you guys here. And I just explained to you why we don't want to hear that talking point. And that was the very next talking point you went into, brother. You need to really clean up what you're talking about right now. I'm going to give you a couple more seconds, but if it's any more of that, I promise you, you're going to be dropped from here and we're going to move on. We got things to do, places to go and people to see. Go ahead. Are you double muting yourself? What's going on, brother? I think you're double muting yourself.
Unmute yourself, brother.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. First off, let me say.
Okay, perfect. Right.
First, hold on. Wait. First, hold on, church. We're gonna make this a class lesson. You said the minority of people in Nigeria feel this hatred towards Black Americans. How do you compute that, sir? Did you ask them? Did you do a study statistically? Because we're not talking about the individuals in terms of the whole population of Nigeria, because I know you wouldn't be able to statistically gather that intel. I'm talking about the people who come here to the United States of America. The mass majority of Nigerians who come here to the United States of America, they do have that hatred. I'll be honest with you. A Nigerian who's in Nigeria is none of my concern. I could care less how he feels about Black Americans. However, the people who do come here to America, they are the masses that disagree with us, don't like us.
So do you have the statistic for what you just said right now that the mass majority of
Yes,
Nigerians
absolutely.
who live in America have the hate? Do you have?
You're goddamn right I do. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's all my brothers and sisters right here in this panel. It's all of my foundational Black American lineage that pass down these stories about your people. So yes, absolutely we do. When I deal with 100,000 foundational Black Americans and 90,000 of them tell us that Nigerians come over here with spite, jealousy, envy, and vitriol towards us, that right there is all the statistics I need. So yeah, we have all the statistics, solid, factual, evidentiary evidence that proves that they have anti-foundational Black American sentiments. Absolutely. Yes, I do. It's called passed down stories. It's no secret. So yes, I do have it. Yes, absolutely. What do you got?
So that's not statistic. That's just a story.
That's actually even better than
That is a,
statistics. That's even better than statistics. That is greater than just numbers. That is actual passed down stories that are coming from human beings, not a bunch of letters that are on paper, not a bunch of numbers that are on paper. These are actual passed down stories. So yes, we actually know what it is. So I know you guys don't have a bunch of passed downs other than colonialism and bamboo sticks and knockdowns and dragouts. But yeah, we have all of that. You guys don't have that. So what's the story here, and how are you going to come into our space and try to defend people and tell us that we don't know what we know? I'm not trying to convince you. I'm telling you that tethers, just like yourself, come over here with anti-Black American sentiment. And how do I know this? Is because you're coming over here defending them. So that shows to me that you are replicating the same type of anti-Black American hatred that they have. Mr. Fufu?
well, obviously that's not.
Go ahead. That was a double mute. Go ahead. We here all day.
Obviously, there are some people that may have
No,
that hate,
there ain't no
right?
some and no may. You're trying to
For
denounce
me,
and
the
dismiss it.
majority of the people I
No,
know don't have the hate.
no, you're making tether excuses for the tethers who hate foundational Black Americans, and we've seen them all before. You know it's the mass majority because you are over here saying the same exact thing that they're doing. So I believe that you got anti-Black American hatred. I believe that you have anti-Black American spite, jealousy, and envy. And of course, you have vitriol to go along with it. So you're not going to use terms like it may, it could, it should, it would. We have a long line history that is completely solid that proves that your people come here to the United States of America with anti-Black sentiments. You know what? I've actually met Nigerians, and they tell me that they get told to stay away from the Okada when they get over here. And then I've seen videos that say it. So what do you have to say about the Nigerians that agree with me and tell me that what you're saying is bullshit, Mr. Joloff? So what do I have here? I have hundreds of thousands of stories from Black Americans that say Nigerians do not like us. And I also have stories from Nigerians who say the same exact thing. Only thing you have is a dusty, musty, rusty excuse that isn't, quite frankly, getting off the ground. I guarantee you'll find more people from my lineage that say the same things about your lineage than your lineage will say about mine. Go ahead. Any day. Come on. It's just a double mute. Come on. Y'all be just getting whooped by the
You stop using the mute body, like communicate well, right? So
figure out the mute button.
I don't use the word nigger,
About
sorry.
how you can't figure out a
There
mute
is a
button.
huge population of Nigerians in America that do not have hate towards FBA. And it's a
That again.
fact.
You're lying.
It's a fact.
No,
So
you're
you
wrong.
can call
Wrong. That's
Nigeria
right. You're lying.
dusty. Remember,
You're lying.
Nigerian is the richest Black man in the world. So
Nigeria is the richest Black man in the world. Family, did he just say man?
Please.
This man
I'm
don't even
sorry.
know his own goddamn home. Man, get the hell off my damn stage. Nigeria is the richest Black man, and Senegal is the richest Black woman. And guess what? The Ivory Coast is the richest Black dog. You don't even know the difference between a man and a country. So how the hell do you know anything else? Get off my panel. Get that fake ass hairline the hell away from us. Get you some damn deodorant. Quit coming up with these excuses, these alibis and justifications. I can smell you through Twitter, okay? Get your mind right. What you are is someone who's trying to provide protection for all of the tethers over there in Nigeria. You need to worry about why y'all getting kicked out of South Africa, y'all getting kicked out of Kenya, y'all getting kicked out of Ghana, and y'all getting kicked out of every single country that you step foot in. You got bigger problems than coming over here worrying about foundational Black Americans and this damn mute button. What you need to do is get your homeland popping, get your homeland good, and wonder why you are the desperate homeless people of the planet Earth. You have people that are in villages and they're more accepted than you in your own homeland. You can't go to England, they don't want you. You can't go to Asia, they don't want you. Can't go to North or South America, they don't want you. You can't even go to neighboring countries in Africa because they don't want you. I just seen a bunch of South African women that were walking up to Nigerians in South Africa with sledgehammers and breaking your homes down. kicking you out. You can't even get medical care in Nigeria. You can't get medical care in the Ivory Coast. You can't get medical care in Kenya. You can't even afford 2 goddamn seconds of time to waste on foundational Black Americans when you don't even have your homeland in control. You don't even have your priorities in order, and you don't even have a place to rest your whack ass, bust ass, back flipped ass hairline. Sit your ass down, quit worrying about my mute button, and wonder why y'all get kicked out of everywhere you go. All right. I got literally, and I'm not lying, I swear on everything I love, there is a chihuahua that is in my neighborhood, and it was running through the block, and his family put up a sign that says a $200 reward if you can bring home Mr. Muffy. Mr. Muffy is more wanted than your ass. I can go get $200 from Mr. Muffy. I couldn't get a damn penny from you, because don't nobody want you. So when you think Nigeria is a man, you think Kenya is a woman, and Mr. Muffy is more valuable than you, then you don't have the opportunity, the space, the time, the energy, or the effort, or the rights to talk to me as a Black American, because I'm a foundational Black American, and I said so. Because you're dusty, you're rusty, and you're always musty. Go ahead, my brother Church.
My brother in here ripping them up like shredded paper in this mug. Family, I just want to say this real quick, just really damn quick. You dig me? I wanted everybody to notice a little something that's going on here. You know, I don't know if y'all saw that video, because he's a great example of what I saw in this video. There was a Nigerian woman, a Nigerian, I don't know, she's like a teenager, older, somewhere in there. But she was running around talking about how Nigerians should just give Nigeria back to the white man.
I seen that, Church. She said, we need to give Nigeria back to the white man ASAP. And then I seen another video of a Nigerian woman who says that she doesn't identify as Nigeria. So damn.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Mr. Muffy identifies as a Chihuahua. The Nigerians don't identify as Nigerians. I rest my case. Easy work.
All day, family. And I'm just wanting everybody to understand this point. Look at our youth and look at their youth. Our youth is seeing us standing on business, and they're running around here standing on business with us. They're over here telling everybody what it is. They're regurgitating and reverberating the talking points of the Black grassroots. Their youth is over there saying, give it back to the white man. And I don't think they should fight for it. I think that we as a young generation should come together and just decide that they should have it. Do you see why we're not the same? They're not like us. They're not like our children. Their children's not like our children. It's not going down in the same way. That got to show you how deep we in this train ride. Now, I was talking about this the other day when I brought up the CNN report on my broadcast, and one of the people in my chat, he said, we've won. And I had to explain to him, no, we've hit a checkpoint. It's something like a video game, family. You know how every time you get further into a video game, you're hitting a different checkpoint. And that makes sure that you don't have to start from the beginning. When you look at what FBA has been doing within the past 10 years, just take 10 years. We ain't even got to go back further than that, even though we all know that we've been deeper in this further than that. Just take the past 10 years, compare it to the past 60 years, the past 100 years when it comes to certain situations, and tell me, do you not think they see what's going on within our communities? Do you not think they see what's going on with our children versus their children? Our children's over here standing on business. Their children talking about give away the whole damn country back to the Nabisco. Family, it's very important to take that into account, because they keep coming to us talking about we need to change routes. Why? Could these be situations that make them want to say, hey, we're being looked at as a bunch of bitchs. When it comes to our children nowadays, our children is sitting here calling us out saying we shouldn't have our own damn country. Do you see what I'm saying, family? So it's not any type of situation where you need to wonder why these folks keep on coming at us. They have a lot of goddamn motives. Excuse my French. And excuse the Most High, because the Most High know. They got a lot of more motives to keep us in the same position because of the fact we're making them look weak every single god dang day. And their children are now seeing it. And their children are actually calling it out. For any type of child of a place that's named by a white woman anyway, to come out and say we need to give it back to the white person, that's a hit upon a hit. Tell me I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, I don't want to be right. My brother Alpha, I'm going to land there and give it back to you.
Nah, you right. Can't get no righter. Y'all got to understand this right now, family. They only want you to change lanes because the lane you in, got the asses getting deported. They only want you for that. Everybody's going to come to foundational Black Americans and tell us what we need to do. Notice this, fam. When people were running around here, voting blue no matter who, calling themselves BIPOC, calling themselves people of color, nobody ever came around and told you to do things different. Nobody ever said, hey, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to be nice, play nice, because they had you where they wanted you. This only came about when we started standing on lineage. See, when we got real lineage based, when we said F everybody, and I do mean everybody, then everybody comes around and says, oh, no, don't do that. You're going to hear a million different ways of saying the same shit. A million different ways of people saying don't delineate. They tried to just say don't delineate back in the old days. That didn't work. So they came up with shit in all these different languages, all these different clever ways. Like I said, through the attic, through the basement, the back door, the porch, and everywhere they show up, access denied because we ain't playing it and we standing on it. I want all the tethers to know that the more they come at us and the more they disrespect us, the more we getting hell bent on delineation. You only making delineation get more airtight. So just like everything a tether has done, it has backfired. And just like everything a tether has attempted, it has failed. They fail everywhere they go, everywhere they show up. No one wants to be around them. And quite frankly, FBA, we don't complain, we don't explain, and we don't apologize. I don't want to hear none of y'all out here making caveats and disclaimers. You ain't got to do none of that, beautiful Black people. If somebody does not get it through their head that we ain't the damn same, that's a them problem. And we ain't out here doing no work for them. We doing work for us. So they can be upset. They can be mad. They can have all their little TikTok videos. That don't mean a goddamn thing, fam. We talking about TikTok videos and we built this goddamn country. Them do not compare. No way at all. And you cannot compete if you do not compare. So we ain't worrying about nothing they got. Ain't a damn thing they got that registers on our radar. Nothing. So at the end of the day, I'm going to make this clear cut in my proletarian workers language and my FDA vernacular. Foundational Black Americans are way the hell up here and tethers are so far behind, you can't even see them. They not even a thought. And I'm going to tell you like this, about a year from now, we won't even remember what the hell they were. Only thing we gonna know, we gonna be like, damn, who was them people that was musty as hell and you would smell them 3 blocks away and they had fucked up hairlines? What the hell? Oh, Mr. Mutombo. Yeah. Who are the people that weren't accepted in their homelands? Who are the people that were always worried about us, but they was getting deported? Last time I seen them, they was in a van getting shipped away back to Africa, back to wherever the fuck. And we don't give a damn wherever the hell you go because, again, that's a them problem. So what you're seeing now, y'all, is we are staying and they are going. Simple as that. And we told everybody, go ahead. The cameras was rolling. We was recording. Go back a year ago. Like Dr. Short said, Tether getting them pulled all the way the hell up. And I don't give a damn how nobody feels about it. African American, done. We ruined that. Pan-Africanism, scam Africanism, ruined it. Never existed in the first place. So that was easy work. Done deal. Wrap. So everything that we doing, quite frankly, is a winning streak. And everything that we're doing is all based on us. You see what happens when you prioritize yourself, right? You see what happens when you stand next to your brother and sister and you handle your own business. And what that is showing you and what the results are yielding is success unfathomable. No one ever expected this. I want y'all to know this, right? The world never expected this generation to show up and do what we're doing right now. It did not. It came out of nowhere, y'all. Came out of nowhere. Nobody expected this. There was nothing that they seen foresight. They thought we was going to be African Americans for years. Why the hell you think they gave us Barack Obama? Barack Obama was supposed to rock us to sleep until the year 3000. Because let's be real. Like my brother Church said, by the second term, we weren't rocking with him any goddamn way. Okay, so when we ruining political careers, we ruin political parties, we getting rid of scam Africanism, what the hell you think we gonna do to a dusty-ass Tether who can't even solve the mute button? When you can't even solve the mute button on a Twitter space, then your ass needs to go back and pray to that white Jesus that you pray to all the time. So have you a bowl of Jollof and shut up when grown Black American men and women talk.
I'll toss it over to our brother Eastsiders. Go ahead and pick it up, brother.
Much appreciated, family. I put some in a purple pill on how stats is manipulated by these, supremacists, as our brother Black Alpha call them. Also, TBA told us a long time ago in one of his broadcasts about incremental gains. We got to understand that this is not a fight that we're going to win overnight. It took us this long to get in this situation, so it's going to take us a while to get out of it. But thankfully, now that we have the knowledge and the know-how on how to be more strategic with our, with our thinking and our strategies and our applications, we're able to move at a much faster pace than what our ancestors has done and our predecessors. We're taking what we learned from them, and we're going to move that forward. It's like our brother Black Alpha talked about earlier. We're going to take what we learned and move, in a certain way. But also, I just want everybody to understand that these people are using these giant mind tricks. They think we don't understand, per capita. We do, but we just know it's all BS because number one, it's out of context. We're going to talk about context. They put that out of context. And then this is scenarios that sociology can teach that, numbers don't. I'll land there.
Shout out to all of y'all, family. Much, much, much respect. Absolutely. They always lied with numbers. It's just this generation are smart enough to dismantle all of that. Basically, fam, every trick, tactic, hustle, bamboozle, hoodwink that they used to do just don't work no more. And they look very pathetic right now trying to push that on everybody, and it's just consistently getting rejected, consistently. Let me bring up another tether, fam. We done brought up a bunch of tethers that have been out here defending Charlie or trying to get Black Americans to play nice. Did y'all see Barack Obama? Tell me y'all seen Barack Obama. Barack ended up having a little speech today, and he thought he was going to pull that We Are the World stuff, and them folks said, hell no, we ain't rocking with y'all. People have to understand, Barack Obama is racially homeless, all right? He's got nowhere to go. Megyn Kelly out of nowhere just summoned him. She blamed the Charlie Kirk situation on Obama. So that goes to show you how desperate he is. Barack Obama thought that he was going to sit things out when it got real with us. But now the dominant society is dragging him in so they can blame him for everything that's going on now. And y'all know what we doing? We ain't doing a damn thing about it. Let's be real, y'all. 10, 15 years ago, the way they talking about Obama and Megyn Kelly saying this and how it's all his fault, and she said that he brought race into America. Family, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Black folks, we would have jumped on that. We would have put that jacket on and would have been some, you can't talk about Obama. We ain't playing that now. We saying, Obama, you on your own. You on your own. And that's not the only person. I seen about 5, 6 people yesterday, and I seen about 20, 25 people today that have posts about Obama, and I'm talking about W's, and they going in on Obama. They blaming him for every single thing that happened. That little speech that he gave, or I guess he thought that was going to go viral. I think he thought that Black folks was going to say, Obama, we got your back. I don't know what the hell he thinking, but I'm going to tell you right now, he thinking wrong. And then you can see the look on his face of discomfort. He's not used to being out there and nobody's protecting him. He's not used to having these people come after him and Black folks don't jump in and be a human shield. Those days are over, Obama. You're going to have to hold all of this because remember, we already took all those strays for you. We already got all that fire because of you. Remember, y'all, all of those strings of Black people that were harmed under his administration, that was us dealing with the strays of Barack because he came into office and he didn't give us any damn thing. And the whole dominant society want to go after him, but they settled for Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown. And instead of being a man and saying, I'm going to do something about black folks, Barack Obama gave us the, I can't do nothing for y'all. Y'all on your own. Not knowing that as soon as he was done being president, not only were the conservatives going to turn on him, hell, not turn, they never liked him. The liberals turned on Obama. Everybody understand this. The white liberal has turned on Barack Obama. Oh, yes, the hell they have. It ain't just the conservatives, it's the white liberal as well. Like my brother Eastside said, like my sister Miss Stacy said, that left-right stuff, that is a sham. These people are on the same side. You tell me the last time you seen a white liberal come out and check conservatives about what they say about Barack Obama. It hasn't happened. If the liberals really had Barack Obama's back, they would come out and they would check all them conservatives. Have y'all seen one liberal come out and check Megyn Kelly for inserting Barack Obama in this situation? The man ain't been president in years, and she just summoned him. And then all of these other W's started summoning him. I ain't seen one W liberal come out and be like, hold on now, you can't say that about Barack Obama. Nope. What he's finding out is what we've always known. He's expendable. And when the system of supremacy is done, using their tools, they break them. Shout out to Professor Black for saying that. And I'm going to update that, fam. I always say, when you see that broken tool, you leave them where you found them. Barack, you are being left where we found you. We are not coming to save you. If all of the conservatives are piling on you, they're bringing you into this situation, they blaming you, that's on you. And then let me say this as well. Y'all notice they realized they couldn't blame us, so they blamed Obama? It ain't too good now, is it there, Barack? It ain't too good, huh, Barack? Yeah, they tried to blame us. They was like, we're going to put this on Black America. Then they was like, damn, FBAs ain't taking that one. Nope, them Black Americans, they said, that ain't our problem, that's your problem. Well, who can we blame next? Let me go find a mop, a melanated other person. Barack Obama was the first one. So essentially, y'all, the projection that they tried to dump on us ended up getting dumped on Obama because it's not working with this lineage, heritage, and culture in this day and age. It's a beautiful damn thing, ain't it? Yes, the hell it is. Send it to my brother Church. I know you want to say something, family. Oh, my brother Church just dropped. Damn. Go ahead, my brother EJ.
Yeah, man, Baraka Flocka Flame, aka Baraka from Mortal Kombat. He's homeless out here right now, so he's trying to find any home that'll just give him, some Red Cross rice and possibly a cardboard box for his shelter. And this just goes to show you, when y'all Tethers be up here doing the bidding and your daddy, they can easily replace you and just throw y'all back into y'all third world countries with the quickness. Why y'all think these ICE, deportations are happening, man? America is tired of y'all. Yeah, they'll use y'all to go against, Black Americans, but when they done with y'all, they gonna throw y'all under the bus, just like yesterday's trash. They just gonna throw y'all away. So, with that being said, why are Tethers defending Charlie Kirk? As you can see in the Jumbotron, you have one of these Caribbean septum ring individuals. I don't know who this Tether is with this shiny forehead, but her name is Vanessa Gothics. I left her a little something in the comment section because she was on her knees, getting coconut shavings on her kneecaps. So this just goes to show you that these people that come from these different cultures, they have a extra loving and an extra history of loving these folks because they've been colonized by them and they don't know how to come together and fight back against these supremacists. They got other cultures and other groups of people coming into their homeland, and these people are in their countries building white Jesus statues, coming over there taking their resources. But you're too busy trying to do, tribute videos of Charlie Kirk. Y'all out here crying for this man, knowing damn well, like I was saying earlier, he wouldn't even give y'all $2 to get a McChicken sandwich from McDonald's because, supremacists are always going to be about trying to have their little pets to show off to their friends. They just using y'all as, figurines. They're really going to get rid of y'all. Once they see something new, they see a new tether, a new winch out here that they can use for the supremacists, tactics of trying to just infiltrate our Twitter spaces or infiltrate our groups, let alone our important topics that we were talking about. See, they don't have a problem with sending y'all over here because, most of the time when they come into our spaces, we're gonna be scolded and we're gonna be asking them certain questions. And I've been like this ever since I got on Twitter, man. I really don't tolerate these people. And the block party movement definitely needed to happen a long time ago, and it definitely needed to happen amongst some of our people that are scared and that are cowards and that are out here in churches, crying over Charlie Kirk and wishing his wife um a good recovery. You got them symbols in these churches. You in the Lord's house trying to take up for a damn premises, knowing damn well these people was out here years ago running up into churches hurting our people, and they was getting sent to Burger King while doing the devil's work, the devil's duty. So with that being said, I'm just gonna land my plane, and I do want to hear from some of you tethers at the bottom of the space, because I see some of y'all in the building. I see your profiles. Y'all barely have any followers. I do want to see where y'all thoughts are at of y'all daddy, being took out. I just want to see how y'all are taking this terrible situation amongst y'all people. Are some of y'all in y'all village, crying, for your daddy? Is y'all building a Charlie Kirk statue in Nigeria? So, I do want to hear from some of the foreign tethers that was out here, making videos crying for this man. With that being said, I'm gonna land my plane again.
I was just about to say the same damn thing. Go ahead, Jared, Gerard. I messed it up earlier, fam. It's on you.
No, you good. Okay, now I want to tell all my black people in here, like they like to debate us and everything else. I got a good debate to win when they approach you with their nonsense, because I call them they, because I won't, you know how if you don't like somebody, you don't like to call their name because it messes with your spirit? That's why I say they. So when they hit you with crime is so high in your communities, I want you guys to hit them with this. Remember, they have things named after them in the courtroom that's specifically for them. They even go so far that they have prisons that are specifically for them for their specific things, but they say that we're violent. And when I want them to explain to me that if the violence that they cause by making their lines and all this other kind of stuff, and then leaving the stuff all over the place, that's the same way. Why don't you pick up your toys? Remember when our parents told us when we leave our room to pick up our stuff? They don't never pick up their stuff, right? And I'll give you an analogy. When they build their oil rigs and they just leave it, and you see all the oil pumps, and they build their coal mines and they leave everything. It's amazing how they never take responsibility when they do that in the city, when they leave with all the jobs and all the money and all the everything, and just leave a pile of nothing, and then blame us because we don't run away in fear. Because remember, in 1776 this country was founded because they did what? Ran away in fear, because that's what they always do. And they run away in fear and then blame us because we stay where we at and try to fix our community. So they need to stop blaming us, because we actually have a soul. We actually have a connection to God, and not all the time money drives us to do the things that they do. So that's what I want you to start debating them on. Let them know that your connection to God keeps you where you are. And that's why you're still with your family and still doing this. When the devil gives you $1 million check and tells you, hey, go wear a dress and do this, you might say no. Let them know your connection with God, because they don't have one. Remember, they really don't even have a home, right? They try to talk about us, and I say to them, well, at least I got somewhere to go back to. Because my favorite thing is, hey, go back to where you came from. Well, at least I got somewhere to go back to. You hate me because of the way I look, and you hate me because of how good I look and how good my family looks, and you want to be me. Next time they get in the debate, black family, you let them know about your connection to God. You understand what I'm saying? And you notice that they tell us, oh, you going around here celebrate. I'm not celebrating nothing. It don't have nothing to do with me. Please start telling these people that it's not that you're celebrating, you don't care. You got other black business to handle. Please do not let these people win against you. We're on top. We're almost there, people. I'm telling y'all, hold it together. Don't let these people beat you. And I'll land with that one.
There it is. There it go. Yes, indeed. Church, it's on you, fam.
Yes, sir. I want to touch back to the situation with Obama. You know, when I saw that Obama came out and he was talking about, you know, being empathetic and having sympathy for Chucky's family. I hit Obama with the line that he hit us when we was talking about when he was asked by Travis Smiley, why not do something specifically for Black Americans and say, hey, this is for you, Black Americans. What did Obama say? No. That's not how America works. So you wanted me to give this racist any type of empathy, I'm going to hit you with that, Obama. No. That's not how America works. Now, I want to talk on that left or right situation because I had a conversation with somebody yesterday on the very same thing, where you had this Nabisco trying to tell me or convince me that the Democrats are evil because he said Fisher was a Democrat. And I was like, no, that's really not the truth either. You know, there's been a lot of lies tossed out about him. But the one thing we do know is that he's a white man. And this was white on white crime. And he hated that. No, this isn't about white people. This is about the left and the right. No. Because you guys take that left and right jacket off whenever you want to and switch up your sweater. It's because there was no way to go around that. No. We're not going to make this about the left or the right. We got to call it out for what it is, barbarism. That's your culture, a culture of barbarism. So where is the crime? All of a sudden, he knew how to say, but you just said arrested. You didn't say convictions. Oh, but when it was us, you guys wanted to say arrest. But now that I'm using that same type of statistic towards you, you want to make sure that you're calling out that it's an arrest and not a conviction like when you say it's about us. So family, a lot of this right now is really digging into the craw of these Nabiscos. They don't know how to deal with this because they never thought that they would have to deal with this. Let's just be perfectly honest. They never thought that they would have to deal with this type of generation of people. We have flipped the whole damn system upside down by just saying no. And that's with everybody. Everybody running to us. The Tethers run to us. No, hold your own. They start breaking out crying. The Latinos come to us. No, hold your own. They start breaking out crying, screaming, kicking, and scratching so that they don't get deported. You have the Nabiscos coming to us and we're saying, no, that's y'all problem. Y'all deal with it amongst each other. And now they're going around trying to put up all these videos pandering to us. Family, like I said, and I like to say this often because I want people to always understand what power looks like. And all we did was say no. Black Alpha, I'll toss it back to you, my brother.
They don't want no, my brother Church. Fam, let me tell y'all something. When foundational Black Americans start putting in that damn work, these people get afraid. This is why they don't want to see us. This is why they run from us. This is why they avoid us. This is why they go pick out and cherry pick all of these people they know that ain't a problem. We a serious problem for the system of supremacy. It's because my brothers and sisters all right here, we got our mind right. We got our money right, our game tight. And this is why we pushing this all the way through.